So, Bora Boye Boshishays, IfaKoladès Umilade Patosin. It's 7:21 in the morning, and I'm gonna do some live reading. Yesterday I spoke with one of the Aborishas of Sacred Water Healing Temple, Tatiana, and we spoke about joining together and doing our book club. In the book club, we spoke about sharing Sacred Woman, the book here, the guide to healing feminine body, mind, and spirit. It's reverse. If you're familiar with it, you know that this is an amazing book. I ordered this book from a TikTok shop for myself. This is probably the third time that I've had this book. That I've bought the book. The first time I had it myself, lost it, and moving about. And then the second time I ordered it for my niece. Hopefully she's able to get it at some point. But I have it now. And since I had started juicing and began in my detox, I already have many other things that I'm doing. However, in regards to holding a book club, this is a book that I definitely would recommend. So another book that I'm also considering is to add to the book club is going to be Women Who Run with the Wolves and When God Had a Wife. Why? Because that's what this is about. It's important. You know what I'm saying? I'm a woman, of course. The way that I see it is in all of the, let's say 15 to 18 years, and as long as I have been practicing my divinities, there was a point in time where I wanted to relocate and I wanted to go here and go there. And I always would seek out for my peace in different atmospheres, leaping and traveling and whatnot. And I just felt like at the time, if I would move and go to these places, that there would be a better experience for me whenever I get there. However, I also know that a lot of my traveling was contributed to experiences that I was having during that time of my life. And so now while things have evolved and I'm in a better space and I have been doing work and I have come to, this temple that I'm creating here, then there isn't too many more places that I could absolutely go. Bora Boye, Boshishay, thanks for joining the live. I appreciate you. Thank you for loving the chat. Thank you for showing love to the chat. So I will find myself relocating, hoping for a better experience whenever I arrive there. Like yesterday, I was talking on the live and I was talking about, where our attention goes, energy flows or currency flows. Wherever I go, life is what I make it. Life is what I truly make it. So I own all of my experience. I own my journey. I own all of everything. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it has been elevating in so many different ways, and I'm appreciative of all of that. I also have come to understand that these sacred places that I used to go visit, Mexico, Nigeria, even Texas, the land, of Tennessee, being in California, like all of these different spaces, all of them embody beauty and sacredness to them. It was until I arrived that it became sacred. All before then is about imagination or about what others lived experience was when they shared it. That I was like, okay, over there, that's where I want to be. That's the experience that I want to have. So in growing, I'm realizing that my experience is what creates the sacredness. There are these pyramids that people talk about, the lakes and rivers and everything that people talk about, land and reservoirs and stuff that people can talk about. All of that is sacred, yes. Is ancestral, yes. However, wherever I go is going to be sacred and ancestral. Wherever, yeah, thank you for joining the live. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live. And so I've just really been appreciative overall to be able to explore and travel and now understand that I am the woman. I am the sacred journey, and whatever I build is my temple. So that includes the things that I put inside my body and the things that I read, my intake, my daily intake. I also appreciate certain books, but I also understand that these books are their lived experience, and with the blessing of many of them, they're sharing it. However, I too am an author, a writer, and I am writing my own book. I'm documenting my own journey, right? And if there are some things that align with it, I want to incorporate it. I know that this book is going to offer me some things. Now, to be transparent with this book in particular, I haven't gotten far in the book. Reason being is because life's different experiences would have me to, put the book aside, focus on something else, this and that, or even being a person that has migrated, like I've traveled, so I can't carry everything with me, so I have to leave things behind, and I've left books behind. So leaving other people's writings behind, but also writing my own, publishing my own book. So now that I'm here and I'm in a grounded position, there's my necklace in here. I just think that there's wonders in picking up a book again and just finding more things. I miss this necklace. They're so cute. So it has a serpent on it. I don't even remember where I got this, but I like it. I'm going to put it on my altar. But just remembering, like there are some things that I'm sure that I could find within these books that would enhance what I've already cultivated. I do know that this book speaks about altar spaces and creating an altar. I've had altars in several of the homes that I've lived in, occupied. And so, and I have one now. I have my Moon altar up. I have my Orisha altar up. My desk right here is essentially an altar space as well. And so I'm looking forward to going beyond that. And also, like I said, because I'm doing Pilates at home and I initiated my juice and smoothie cleanse, I am looking forward to any gateways. Like right now, just where I opened the page, and also found my necklace, it literally is talking about transitional dietary practices, gateways 1 through 3. Necklace, it literally is talking about transitional dietary practices, gateways 1 through 3. To talk about it. So I think what I want to do is start a book club and add this to my book club. As a young priestess, as a young woman, as a woman that is embodying, sisterhood, attracting my sisterhood, and those who are seeking framework, essentially, their own framework, right? And a foundation for themselves so that they can go out into the world and create their own, not for them to be indoctrinated by anything that I'm doing or what others have done, but just simply to allow it to be in addition to whatever that they cultivate for themselves. So that's what I want to do. That's my introduction. And I'm going to do this read aloud. If I can start doing a read aloud, throughout the day, and just take stock into this book and what's about. Let's read the introduction. It's a lengthy introduction, but let's read it. And read it with dialogue. Let's read it with dialogue. That's what I want to do. So, my other video has downloaded. Let me get the charger for it. Introduction to the 12th anniversary. Pardon me. Introduction to the 20th anniversary edition. The arms of Sacred Woman are far-reaching. Sacred Woman embraces the least of us, to the best of us, to the most blessed of us who are seeking wellness. Sacred Woman arms are wrapped around the brokenhearted, the most disappointed, the hood girls, the vixen daughters, the angry mad daughters, the strippers, and the fallen angels. The wise woman, medicine woman, sacred sisters, sanctified women, goddess woman, holistic devotee mothers and daughters. They are all embraced within this book. They are flexitarians, pescatarians, lactovo veterinarians, vegans, non-hybrid vegans, sun-fired raw foodists, chlorophyllians, juicitarians, fruitarians, baby boomers born 1941 through 1964, Generation X born 1965 through 1979, Xennials born 1975 through 1985, Millennials born 1985 through 1994, and Generation Z born 1995 through 2015 are in the Sacred Woman family. Through the corporate woman who hit the glass ceiling, to the entrepreneur fighting for her freedom, from the creative artist among those who influence social media, to the liberation advocates, the home care providers, the Velvet Sworn clan. There are multitudes of tribes, clans, and circles united by Sacred Woman. There are Christians, Rastafarians, Hebrew Israelites, Muslims, Buddhists, Yoruba, Akan, Nubian, Universalists, and Kenite collective Sacred Woman, all on a path to healing collective body, mind, and spirit of woman. Sacred Woman Heart wraps its love around you as you take your holistic transformation journey. You are being called to take your sacred seat of power, that we women are unified, mighty force of nature, may uplift ourselves, our families, and all of humanity. Sacred Woman, we are called. We are the women who lighten the darkness. We have come to lighten the darkness. It is lightened. We have overcome the destroyers. We are there for those who weep, who hide their faces, who sunk down. They looked upon us then. We are the woman. We are the healers. That's the passage by Papyrus of Anu. Sacred Woman has touched womenfolk everywhere. The ancient mothers answered our call to heal us, to overcome our pained body, to conquer Willie Lynch's command of divide and conquer, to overcome the legacy of those stolen from ancient Africa, the motherland, to overcome Jim Crow, colonization, denomination, social injustices, broken homes, and broken hearts. We were called and shouted, and she answered. The year 2000 was a major shift for women. My friend and comrade Lloyd Strayhorn, a world-renowned astronumerologist and author of Numbers and You, forecast the year 2020 was the opening, the era of the rise of women. He was spot on. Together we cheered the arrival of Sacred Woman as she traveled through the birth canal of our celestial sky mother Nut. She appeared here in the text. Sacred Woman, the guide to healing the feminine body, mind, and spirit, was born April 4th, 2000, on a warm spring solstice day when the flowers in Brooklyn's neighborhood parks and community gardens began to blossom. After 7 years of writing longhand, channeling, fasting, editing, and re-editing, fire breathing, weeping, all truth telling, the Sacred Woman book, with all of her charm, her peace, her love, her knowledge, her hope for us to heal, to unify, and to empower ourselves, was born. After 400 years, 8 generations of chattel slavery, this book arrived to help us become whole, particularly those women who survived the Middle Passage and the Doctor of No Return. The book's purpose was to overcome our sorrow, our great loss, our woundedness, our separation from our homeland. Sacred Woman would reawaken us from unconsciousness to wakefulness through the text itself in Sacred Woman book circles and Sacred Woman rites of passage workshops. We will be born again. We have for over 20 years become more radiant with each page read, more vibrant with each level of detoxification, more hopeful through each of the gateway lessons, more powerful and confident with each step. As we live the Sacred Woman observances, we become healers once again. We remember ancient times when the air, water, and food were pure and our hearts were more balanced, as light as feathers on the scale of Maya. Courageously, we return to our original selves when we are revered by our men and respected as mothers of our nation. We were not always hurt and angry, vengeful, despondent women. We were the women who lightened the darkness. As we have returned the pages of Sacred Woman over the years, from 2000 to now, following the calling, we are remembering, we are returning, we are overcoming. Over the 20 years from 2000 to 2020, over 3 generations, we began to rise forward. We hear the call, came alive, and shared our newfound self with our mothers, daughters, and sister friends. Many of the women call Sacred Woman the Woman's Bible, a guiding light for women, the woman's. It's amazing to me that I have attempted to read this book as many times as I have. And I'm just hearing that I guess she must have revised this. Okay, updated and expanded 20th anniversary edition. Yeah, because it's 2027. And I know that I got this book back in 2019, maybe 2020. And so this is like around the same time that she revised it. I received this, absolutely. I do receive this message. I share. Like everything she's saying is like I'm not the only one, and it's good to know that I'm not alone. It's good to know that there are other women who have been on their journey, their mission to liberate and to be free and to free the minds of others and decolonize everything, and they're pushing forward. And I would say that even as an individual who is exploring this world, doing everything, I've been on a solo mission. However, I've made acquaintances along the way. It still is pretty much like me. I'm in the creation of I'm in the becoming of who I am, in the becoming of everything. And so I even received this book here as an extension or an acquaintance. A spiritual constituent. I would like to say that And I am really happy that she made this book and that so many other women picked the book up and decided to take part in the journey with her, and other women as well, whether they had to do it on their own or with others. Sisterhood is something that I yearn for. Like, I desire to have true sisterhood. I am a woman that I know I am a very trusting woman. I understand that I've done a great assessment of myself. And so it's just realizing that there are other women out here just like me who are just as devoted to it, you know. And I don't, as I am growing and appreciating all the encounters that I have, I would have to say that I have a lot of amazing women folk in my circle as well. I have a lot of beautiful women that are on a journey doing a lot of great things in their own light or with their families, with their spouses, in school, in the work field, however they is. So I just like that she acknowledged everybody the way that she did, and just like this. I have moments where people call me, where I can reach out to them. People return back and get reacquainted with me, tap in with me. And I love hearing their stories and all their experiences and their evolution of what they've experienced as well. And to know that I can be here. I can be in my woman on my sacred woman journey and still relate to those individuals. Time is a beautiful thing. I would just say that. Time is a beautiful thing. So anyhow, let me just continue further. As we turn these pages, thousands of us begin to receive our treasures and we're given a second chance, another pathway paved in blue wounds, yellow radiance, green hearts, lavender, self-trust, pink harmony, a pathway paved with moonstone, topaz, crystals, malachite, emeralds, and rose quartz, a pathway to the home inside ourselves where we stand transformed. Some of us tiptoe through the gateways of sacred word, sacred food, sacred relationships, nervously facing our own awesomeness. Some of us ran with bated breath into the sacred woman rites of passage circles. Some of us fell into the gateways. Some of us went at it alone with a cup of herbal tea, a candle, and a prayer. Me, Ashe, right? Some of us fell away and then rose again from sacred woman antiquity to rejoin as sacred women of the Renaissance. We vowed to never fall asleep again. With newfound wisdom, we would live the lifestyle of a sacred woman to be saved, spared, rejuvenated. We heard the call and we reached out to the woman. No, we reached out to one another and were taken into global sacred woman village, our safe haven where healers come and get charged, into the global village where we laugh, cry, dance, sing, and share to celebrate our womanness, our sisterhood. Our sacredness is a place where we get strong for our families and for ourselves. Our communities connect through us and they heal because of us. And together we learn how to live as healers. From all spiritual houses, we fiercely gather. We become sacred sisters, sought and hit, dwelling on common grounds, united in this sacred sister circle. With love, respect, and honor, we women gather to receive healing from our sister tribes and clans, from 4 directions, east, north, south, and west. We come to be restored within sacred woman mothership. From 2000 to 2020, Sacred Woman expanded from Sacred Woman Rites of Passage to Sacred Woman Mutts. mothers, to sacred woman elders, to sacred woman master teachers. From 2000 to 2020, 3 generations of women took their journey from daughters to mothers to grandmothers, bonding as healers of themselves and their families to one another. In spirit of each one, teach one, we gathered and we healed. Exactly. That's exactly what the intention and the goal is. Because life is happening all around us. Life is happening all around us continuously. And so, therefore, nothing is going to be the same for everybody. Everybody's going to come with different journeys and life path experiences, new stories, and with new information, data being collected. And if we embrace each other, we might find something that we never heard before. We might gain a new perspective. We might be able to expand on what we already know. And that's the beauty of things. That's why I appreciate it, and that's why I appreciate a sister circle. Sacred Women was present over the last 20 years. Women witnessed movements from Black Girls Rock to Million Woman March on Philadelphia and Washington to the shouts of the Me Too movement. Sacred Woman was there as President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama were sworn into office to take the seat of Assad and the Great Mother and Asar, the Great Father of Turtle Island, miscalled the United States. Speak on it. Clock it. Clock that. Sacred Woman witnessed the rites of passage in the fall of Wall Street. She was there when the Main Street embraced holistic living, making huge profits as natural fruit and vegetable stands became the norm. Sacred Woman was there when mothers' sons were horrifically shot across the land of the free. I know this is so wild to me. We gotta make sure that we don't lose any pages. There she was as the people took the streets from city to city, chanting no justice, no peace. Sacred Woman was there at the birth of my granddaughters. Let's see, Anit, because these are comedic writing names. Mayati and Satara. Each from their mother's holistic womb. Big Mama Sacred Woman was there at the helm to welcome her brother and sister books, from City of Wellness to Overcoming the Angry Vagina. What? I never heard of that one. Journey to Womb Wellness, now called Sacred Woman Awaken. Man Heal Thyself to Optimal Wellness, Circle of Wellness, and Planet Heal. Thereby, Sacred Woman will continue to restore the woman and so restore all our relations now and throughout all time. I know her son, I believe, is also an author, IfaKoladès, him and his journey as well. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the hearts that you're giving. Please share. Please share. Let me know where you're viewing this from. Make sure you follow the live. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sacred Woman, the Movement. Have you read this book? Are you familiar with this book? Let me know what you think so far about the book. What do you think about the book club, the idea of the book club? Now, I will say, I do have a WhatsApp group that's currently free, but I will be reposting this live onto my Patreon. Again, because I'm creating a dialogue for the most part. I'm creating a dialogue, and I'll also be doing some behind the scenes as we move throughout the book, and pretty much demonstrating how I'll be putting things together and flowing, using it for my own personal thing, So I'll definitely be demonstrating that. Sacred Woman became a social justice movement, a holistic wellness movement, a peace movement, a healer's movement, and a sisterhood. It is in Assad and Nept movement. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I am not pronouncing it right, somebody let me know. Somebody send me a message. Let me know the best way to pronounce it. The entrepreneur movement, a womb wellness movement, and a womb yoga dance movement. Through her trials, tests, and tribulations as a lotus out of the mud, Sacred Woman has withstood because sacred sisters, sacred mothers, and daughters, Nubian women, soul sisters, and homegirls have cried out for healing, waiting on our prayers to be answered. I appreciate this part too because even in my own solitude, I do Pilates, and as a woman that uses a wheelchair, like I just find that there is a different embrace when it comes to me as an individual that uses a wheelchair, going into different atmospheres, and as I'm reading it, I'm thinking about the accessibility and the adjustments, the accommodations that people make in order for me to be able to coexist with them. I think about that. I think about it, and I think about how my experience led me to basically be more at home, create my own atmosphere, creating my own workout plans so that I'm able to get what it is that I ultimately want to receive, like in my own experience, you know. And as she mentioned, the womb yoga dance, like I be doing Pilates, I be dancing, I be movement and the importance of movement. Like I understand the importance of movement. When I'm feeling stagnant, I turn music on or I'll make music clap, do my sing bowls, my sound bowls, my chimes, sound, or even hum, right? I am, I know that with sound and movement both together, moving in general, right, helps me to move energy around. It helps me to move energy around. And when I'm thinking about things and I feel like, okay, I'm too stuck on this. I need to move. I need to do some workouts or something. It really does help. So I really like that you mentioned that here. This is our time to heal. The movement we've been waiting for to live, to rise. Sacred Woman cannot be stopped. From baby boomers to Generation X to millennials, Sacred Women are and will always fulfill our needs as women, mothers, and daughters. We are we are relevant and cannot be played out. Sacred Woman, from its birth in the 1990s to the book's release, was presented to a global Sacred Woman village. In the summer of 2019, myself, Queen Esther, and the Dean of Goddess Sacred Woman Village, my sister Asa and Naput, came to the understanding that Sacred Woman is indeed a movement. I started my personal healing journey, my inner movement in 1969 in the wake and birth of the multitude of movements. When I hear that there have been people from all the way back then, taking up the devotion to change their environment, their life, I give gratitude because it's almost as saying like, when I hear the saying, nothing's going to change. When people are stuck in their ways and they cannot see beyond their environment, their conditioning, and they get stuck there, it's like, how is it possible to stay there? How do you not want to explore and learn if there's anything else out there in the world? You have to have a sense of imagination. If you are not happy in your atmosphere and where you are, get delusional and create something until you are able to free up space and then go somewhere else, and then maybe you'll find the answers there. You know what I'm saying? I know it can be hard though, as I'm even thinking about it. There might be people who live in like rural areas, don't have a car, have limited access to the internet, may not be aware of what's outside of what they have. And so they're limited on their perception on life or whatnot. But again, it just makes me smile to know that there's people who took up a movement, like she said, in 1969. I can only think of all the stuff that was going on during that time. I wasn't born there, but I know people who were. I know that was probably like the rise of crack eras, the rise of the hippie world and meth world. So spirituality of so many different things was happening. But what stands and is still alive and thriving, that's what was solid, right? That's what people needed. And I'm quite sure that there were even people who went through those portals of destruction. And like she mentioned, people of so many different walks, herbalists to strippers. So obviously there's so many things happening and that they all come back around. And like she mentioned, they devoted to basically vowing to never fall asleep again. We vowed to never fall asleep again. With newfound wisdom, we would live the lifestyle of a sacred woman to be saved, spared, and rejuvenated. So I'm sure that people did fall and then they had to return back to a path that would assist them in life. So it happens. I'm sure that it happens. But yeah, I digress. Holistic health movement, vegetarian movement, transcendental meditation movement, quantum physics movement, black power and black movement, African liberation and cultural movement, and through Dr. Martin Luther King, a nonviolent civil rights movement, students were doing sit-ins at colleges and riding the Freedom Bus, while people marched in cities set on fire, protesting racism and hatred. We protested to Sweet Honey in the Rock in a cappella woman's civil rights group singing. We who believe in the freedom cannot rest. To James Brown, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And to Richie Havens, hip hop, soul out freedom. At the iconic Woodstock, Pharoah Sanders sang, "The Creator has a master plan." I later came to realize that each one of us carries the freedom song within. We can overcome, we can heal our personal, family, community, and global conditions as it was in the 1960s and is still true now. All power to the people. These songs of inspiration, like the movement, shaped me and others. When the time came to birth the Sacred Woman movement spirit, we had the strength to bring forth a movement of profound magnitude that transformed the masses of ready women. We, the women, continue to rise up to make the shift from mass disease to massive wellness. We, the healers, locked arms as we quilt together to become trailblazers for global wellness. Sacred Woman evolved to a womb wellness revolution. Over several decades of working with the woman's womb holistically, I became known as the mother of womb wellness. As the mother, I observed through consultations, workshops, and seminars that 98% of all women are challenged with one to three issues in their lifetime. Gateway Zero Nut represents the universal sky mother who rebirths women on their pathway to holistically gain control of their wombs. If I miss anything in comments, I do apologize. Just check and see if anybody has said anything. So, With devotion, we heal our wounds to wellness, boldly taking responsibility to free our wounds of disease and toxicity to generate wound wellness awareness. In the 1980s, the New York City Health Department honored myself along with the eldest Black woman OBGYN of New York City, Dr. Josephine English, who delivered Malcolm X's children as well as my own babies in Brooklyn, and Dr. Kakai, a longtime comrade in wellness. Since then, Dr. English has transitioned into an honorable ancestor, continuing to guide us. The acknowledgement strengthened our work. The acknowledgement strengthened our work in women's reproductive health. Sacred womb wellness work has revolutionized the field of women's reproductive health and uterine care. From the guidance in The Spirit of the Womb and the Care of the Womb, chapters 3 and 4, in Sacred Woman, women have courageously rejuvenated and detoxified their wombs from fibroid tumors of crystallized mucus, vaginal cysts, heavy menstrual bleeding, chronic PMS, vaginal discharge of yellow and white vaginal slime, vaginal burning and itching. Change has come to women challenged with stressed out and infectious wounds, various forms of STDs, acidic vaginas, infertility, toxic living, mood swings, and depression. It has come to women from young to middle age to elderly menopausal. It has come to women suffering from day and night sweats, vaginal or uterine wall thinning, and prolapse uterus, which can lead to hysterectomy or the chronic pain of endometriosis, all of which are related to a toxic physical, mental, and emotional and dietary lifestyle. Over the last decade, we've observed women across the board and around the world who live a lifestyle of womb wellness through the sacred woman of life. These sacred women are empowered because they have the knowledge to protect, nurture, and nourish their wombs with nature's elements. From 2000 through 2020, I've witnessed sacred woman womb wellness works attract and connect doulas, nurse, midwives, conscious OBGYNs, yoga teachers, energy workers, and nutritionists to the Newt Womb Wellness Gateway. Womb wellness teachings save, carry, and deliver returning ancestral babies to the world. With the rise of Black women dying from childbirth and infants dying in various ways, even with advancements in technology and medicine, expectant mothers of color are in a crisis and are falling through the cracks with little to no help in sight. Through Sacred Woman, we women are banding together, expanding our knowledge and learning to live our lives holistically to help end the health disparities of our wombs. Sacred Woman as a holistic therapy by women for women. Over the past 20 years, Sacred Woman has grown as a holistic therapeutic treatment in and of itself, much like polarity therapy, acupuncture, massage, reflexology, chronic irrigation therapy, and zone therapy. Sacred Woman as a therapy has proven an effective holistic treatment gifted to us from the mothers of inequity to uplift our daughters. Women are transforming from death to resurrection with the renewal of ancient concepts of healer as women. There is bound to be a change in the landscape and the approach to women's healing, giving us choices that broaden our scope and our awareness as healers of ourselves. Women are awakening in a mighty way and beginning to take responsibility for their well-being, particularly women of color. In remembering the way of the God Mother, the Grandmother Spirit, we walk in our footprints and form sister circles, wellness meetings, and sacred woman book clubs. We are setting up our homes as wellness centers for our families based on sacred space charged from segment the healer's gateway and through the teachings in the text. From 2000 to 2020, I've witnessed women using alternative medicine to heal themselves. These women radiate with illuminating possibilities. I've observed numbers of women outcoming disease. Ashe, that is amazing. Many of the graduates of Sacred Woman Rites of Passage go on to higher holistic education by training to become Sacred Woman practitioners and form Sacred Woman circles as a way to reach out to women in need of wellness through our world community. Women are moving, they are growing with the Sacred Woman movement and studying within our holistic university, and thereby are gaining confidence as the bedrock of the family. Restoring all those from mates to children, parents to friends, elders to neighbors, and co-workers to newfound wellness. I have found over the last 20 years that healer and woman are synonymous. With the activation of woman's innate nurturing spirit and realignment with nature's elements, air, fire, water, and earth, women are able to heal themselves and aid other women to do the same. Sacred Woman is now carrying the movement to issues of free choice, of a woman having the right to choose her approach to healing herself and so choose her caretakers, be allopathic care or holistic care. Women, let's lobby this together. I'm inspired to bring this to the halls of Congress thanks to my birth daughter, Sharice Rashida Mayat, an advocate who opened my mind to stand for change and justice, for women and for free choice to heal ourselves. Now, all power to the women. Thank you so much for the love that you're giving on here on this chat. Sacred Woman still on top. The power of Sacred Woman never ceases to astound me. In its very early years, Sacred Woman appeared as an Essence magazine bestseller for 6 months. It was recognized by the New York Times and the Blackboard bestsellers list. Even now, 20 years later, Sacred Woman has appeared on the Amazon bestsellers list. 20 years later, women and men who love us are buying into wellness in great numbers. We are healing thyself. The Great Shift. Sacred Woman from old school to the new school. From 1989 through 2014, Sacred Woman Rites of Passage was taught only face to face. Women came to train for 12 weeks from the Bronx, Manhattan, Long Island, New Jersey, and as far as Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. Women came to heal, rebuild, recover, and overcome in the Sacred Woman Circle. We looked at one another heart to heart, eye to eye. We cried, hugged, and lifted one another up every spring and summer, fall, and winter during our rites. In the early years, the rites attracted 10 to 15 students each semester and was taught once a year. This was old school. After the Sacred Woman Guide was released in April 2020, the Rites of Passage attracted 40 to 50 students each semester, all again old school. The spring, summer 2015, new school, Sacred Woman Rites marked a change, a shift in transition and expansion. Through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Zoom, and conference calls, we opened the door for online Rites of Passage training. Every season, 100 students enrolled from the United States, Canada, Brazil, United Kingdom, and U.S. Virgin Islands, and Africa. Before social media, I called the graduates of Sacred Woman of Antiquity. After 2015, we changed the name to Sacred Women Rites of Renaissance. During the Renaissance period, I trained sacred women practitioners to take the teachings within this text to masses to uplift humanity. We were becoming a powerful women's movement. With the support of Queen Esther and Dean of Global Sacred Women Village, the Jewel, oh dang, she had Dr. Jewel Pookrum, our Surgeon General and Master Teacher of Brain Balancing, Sacred Woman Priestess Support, and many other devoted sacred women, we were able to touch women globally. Together, we survived the storms, hurricanes, and mudslides of sacred women. With the many tribals and tribulations of growing up as holistic women movements and Sacred Women University within Queen Afua's School of Holistic Learning. Amazing! How amazing is that? Sacred Woman is on the move. Social media comes with its challenges, but for Sacred Woman, it has championed our unity and oneness and has strengthened the fact that Sacred Woman is still, after 20 years, on the move. Because of Sacred Woman's steady growth, we launched our book, Man Heal Thyself, Journey to Optimal Wellness. Written 9 years ago, the counterpart to Sacred Woman, Man Heal Thyself, used 12 weeks rites of passage training to create wellness warriors, complementing the rebirth of the amazing Sacred Woman's mothers, daughters, and wives. That's how you got to do it. You have to bring balance in these sacred spaces. So again, I say to him, I've seen his work and stuff. I've been following him on social media for like the last 12 years for sure. But I appreciate him for sure. Family to family, we heal ourselves. Sacred Woman has officially opened the way. His name is Terrain, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Sacred Woman has officially opened the way to planetary healing and humanity. In 2020, it's 2020, and we are right on time. Sacred Woman was in the beginning. Sacred Woman is now, and Sacred Woman will always be. It will help us, set us free. From 2000 to date, I observed the following transformations. Sacred Woman as holistic medicine, Sacred Woman as a healer, the gateways as holistic medicine. I am a woman of womb enlightenment. I am a woman of divine intelligence. I am a nature woman. I am a woman of sacred spirit dance. I'm a woman of grace and beauty. I'm a woman of intuitive skill. I'm a woman of natural medicine. I'm a woman of harmony and balance. I am a woman of supreme love. I'm a woman of vision. I am a woman of cosmic time. I am a woman of purpose. I love that. I'm just like listening to it, and I think about like here on social media, how people come on social media and will literally spectate others, their lives, and judge them based on what they put on social media, and try to say like they're not doing a thing. You don't know what a person is doing behind the scenes. You don't even know unless they decide that they want to share that information with you. And whenever they share it with you, that don't mean that they're doing it on a consistent basis. Like it could literally be performance in an act. And so even though people like to cosplay in this day and time, it's just, interesting as I'm reflecting on it, how someone can just get online and spectate, but they're not doing it their damn self. They're not even devoted or willing to do it themselves. Instead, they will try to come and disrupt another individual who has put in the work, that taking the initiation to do something that they know that's going to assist them and change their lives. I just sit here thinking about that. I'm just sitting here thinking about it as I'm writing it. Who is going to tell you that you are not of these things? That's why you got to be vigilant in your devotion. Vigilant in your devotion. Because to have started this 1969 all the way to 2000, and I know she's still doing it, 2027, you got to be vigilant for a lot of the people that come through with their doubts, their speculations. You know what I'm saying? It's a unique world. Anywho, I digress. Newts. Womb wellness as personal medicine. Gateway 0. Ruled by the womb. Personally, over 20 years, I've observed women to live the gateways in numerous fashions. I witnessed women heal themselves from a multitude of womb issues. Living a womb wellness lifestyle allowed them to overcome fibroids, infertility, cysts, chronic PMS, and emotional womb trauma. Professionally, 9 years after the birth of Sacred Woman, I wrote, directed, and performed a one-woman play called Overcoming. If your vagina could speak, what would she say? Originally inspired by Sacred Woman chapters on wellness. My aim with the play was to help rebirth women's wounds from pain to peace, from brokenness to wholeness. The play traveled from New York to Philadelphia, Atlanta, and London, offering awareness to women that we could use art to inspire healing of our wounds. Together in celebration throughout the play, myself and the audience laughed, cried, sang, danced, and leaped as we embraced the holistic healing of our wounds. I love that she used all of what she's about to do this, to bring this type of medicine. That's exactly what I be doing. Like, from everything that I can think of in my life that I've endured over the years from a child, everything that I have done to sustain myself, to bring about structure in my life, I now put it into Sacred Waters Healing Temple. Everything. So I go from page to page talking about what it is that I'm doing. Because at the end of it, it all starts at the root and the body of where I am. So yes, I appreciate, I love this. Tahuti, word of medicine, gateway 1, ruled by the throats. Okay, she finna get into to talk about the chakras right now. I love this because I was recently talking about body mapping and governing oneself. And I was talking about the similarities of different chakras and the wavelength, the Hertz frequency wavelength, as well as color, and doing a comparative analysis thanks to Oloye IfaKoladès, Ibashe to him. You know, all of it comes together. So let's move forward. Tahuti, word of medicine, gateway 1, ruled by the throat. Personally, women within Tahuti use their voices to speak out for family and community justice. Women began to speak themselves into their renewed life of wholeness with every word, healing physically and metaphysically, professionally. I observe women begin to birth their inner scribe and birth the books that were lying dormant inside of them. Literally, I just was talking about that. Like, everywhere I go, I'm pretty much writing a new book. Writing a new book. You dig? Like, that's so real. To art, food as medicine, gateway 2. This is why I believe that there's a reason why I keep getting this book, keep picking it up, putting it down. Because, you know, like, even right now, okay, I know that I'm in Gateway 2. I stopped reading at Gateway 3 the last time I picked this book up. And right now that I'm in my home and on the land and starting my garden and everything, I have been focusing on my own medicine versus sourcing out food and herbs from other distributors. Like, I've been thinking, how do I get how can I trust in the food that I'm intaking? Because I can juice all day long, but if I'm not sure where it's coming from, I don't know. So that's like where I'm at. So right now, I'm glad that I'm back in the book and that I'll be touching base on this because I look forward to it. It says food as medicine, gateway 2, ruled by the digestive system. Personally, into orts, Food as medicine. We learn how to use food from the garden to heal ourselves and our families. Professionally, some women are making careers as vegan chefs, and others adapting a plant-based garden lifestyle to live optimally. Absolutely. Exactly. That's exactly where things are going. So you can start this book on a solo mission by yourself, you know, and absolutely get what it is that is for you out of the book. It doesn't have to be in circle, but you know, I'm doing this book club and I'm just getting through the first pages before actually meeting the gateways for our own book club with Sacred Waters Healing Temple. And and I understand that I know I'm going to be taking my journey, but those who participate in it, they'll be taking their own journeys as well. So it's all good. Best, sacred movement as medicine. Gateway 3, ruled by the circulatory system. Personally, women perform the womb yoga dance to become ageless beauties by maintaining their youth and vitality with each other. I don't know why. Did somebody just try to request to join the live? Wow. Okay. Women perform the womb yoga dance to become ageless beauties by maintaining their youth and vitality with each movement and breath, while reversing the age process by releasing past pain. Professionally, over the last 2 decades, women have become womb yoga dance practitioners through my certification. Amazing. Amazing. That's pretty cool. Hiteru, Sacred Beauty as Medicine, Gateway 4, ruled by the young heart. Personally, to tap into your authentic beauty is to connect with your inner child. Find out where your pain began and connect with. Accept and take your inner child to the sacred woman healing journey. Over time, beauty will shine through. Professionally, some women take on beauty as a career in design and tailor, present fashion shows, offering consultations on how to bring forth your beauty. I think that's awesome too. Like I've seen women literally become seamstress and just start creating their own clothes. My mom used to sew. She taught us how to sew too at one point, so that was pretty amazing. Um, they have makeup artists who are really awesome that I'll be seeing on this app here. And there's also people who try to find different ways to basically find more holistic approaches of makeup, and I can appreciate that. Matter of fact, if you see this live, please tap in with your girl because I actually want to explore more natural products of makeup versus stuff that is like messing up your girl's skin. I can't have that because I know I got some good skin. See what I'm saying? I know I got some good skin. I know I have some good skin, and I don't want to mess it up. I also like the fact that she mentioned about, movements. Like I said, I've been doing Pilates and been doing somatic healing on the floor, just moving about. And I also want to mention that your journey is unique to you. It's not going to look the same. I do not subscribe to the idea that everybody has to do things like in unison, like formation, in order to achieve sacred whole spirituality. There's no way that is a form. That's another form of indoctrination, and I think that we need to stay away from that type of stuff. Just like even as I've been studying the comparative analysis, and as a music artist, somebody that's creating beats and music and things like that, I do not wish to make mantra music to sound like what it sounds like over in the East to achieve my spiritual development, to achieve my focus, right? Because, like I said, I'm from over here in the U.S. I am from the South, We twerk. So I need music that is synonymous to what it is that I need to tap into. And I know that twerking is ancestral as well, just like even sex and writing and all of these, positions that people use. That's a spiritual act. The positions are literally languages, and in the way that our bodies communicate with one another when we're in the act. We're not just doing it just because whatever. No, it feels good. This is how I want to do it. This is how I want to do it. This is my posture. This is the position that I want to be in. This is the beat that I want to hear. This is the vibration that I want to be in sync with, so that I can feel good, so I can get to the other side of things, so I can move about my day, so I can read, so I can write, so I can get up and teach the kids in the morning time. I need a quick little pick me up or something, and it's just interesting. So nothing is going to ever be the same. I cannot just sit up here and be like, yeah, I want it to be like this so it can look like theirs, look like somebody else's. No, I'm having my own experience here. So therefore, it's going to be written different. It's going to be spoken different. It's going to be experienced different altogether. Anyway, another digress. I do it. I do that oftentimes. You have to get to know me. Nept, sacred space as medicine, gateway 5, ruled by the pineal gland, Ujjayi. Personally, due to Nept, women discovered that the power to heal all things is within as they connect with and learn to trust their inner voice. Professionally, some women become very intuitively powered and offer counseling as sacred woman practitioners. Segment Sacred Healing as Medicine, Gateway 6, ruled by the bloodstream. Okay. That's the part that I like to be in. As I understand, our blood is encoded and encrypted with different languages, and we have to learn how to use it. We got to do that ancestral work to be able to unlock those records, so we can heal on a cosmic universal level. Let me go. Personally, through segment, women may lower their blood pressure, relieve their anger, and fortify the healer within. Professionally, women became herbalists, energy workers, sacred women practitioners, Reiki healers, massage therapists, and neuropaths to transform their communities to wellness. Inspired by segment, women in general become fully empowered as awakened healers of themselves and their families. So that's what it's about at the end of the day. That is what it is about at the end of the day. What you're doing should be able to cultivate and enhance your life. And if it's effective, then it will enhance the lives of those that you come in contact with, those who love you, those who want to be in your life. That's what it's about. Maya, sacred relationships as medicine, Gateway 7, ruled by the mature heart. Personally, we've learned to balance our hearts on the scales of Maya. We've learned to forgive and overcome together. We create and attract relationships now that support our wholeness as women, mothers, and daughters. Professionally, some sacred women may be inspired to become psychotherapists or relationship counselors. That's where I'm going with it. That's where I'm going with things. Asset. I believe it's asset. It's AST or AST. Sacred Union as Medicine, Gateway 8, ruled by the crown. Personally, we balanced our left brain of intelligence and materialism and the right brain of creativity and spirituality. It took a decade after Sacred Woman text was written before I realized that Gateway Asset was also a gateway of wealth and prosperity. Once a woman has fully assessed her brain, she is able to materialize all things. Thank you for liking. Thank you for joining. If you don't mind, please make sure you follow and share the live. Ashe. Nefer Atom, Enlightenment as Medicine. Gateway 9, ruled by the Pituitary. Personally, those who have trained as sacred women have a particularly magical spirit that is recognizable by others. The way a sacred woman expresses herself, interacts, connects, and shares all she does is uplifting. She has a radiant natural glow from rising out of the mud of suffering through the healing waters to reach the sunlight of vibrant life. Sishut or Sishut, Cosmic Time as Medicine. Gateway 10, ruled by the skeletal muscles and joints. Oh, wow. Now, she is potent. She is diving deep into some things. This right here, I know, would have a lot to do with ancestral veneration, because even here, like what we do is in genealogy is we go tracing our lineages back to study what they were about and their ways that they passed on. And you study that, you begin to pick up on, how to heal and how to get medicine that you need here in this lifetime, how to speak to your kids and your grandchildren. I can't wait to get to that part. Time as medicine. Gateway 10, ruled by the skeleton, muscles, joints. Personally, sacred time of Shizat measures our life by what we accomplish and how we use time in order to receive the best of life. From awakening in morning meditation at hit hour to receive our treasure chest from 4 to 6 a.m. to receiving our vision of full creation at midday to the closing of the day in Hit Haru as we nurture ourselves with baths and massages and vegan dinner. And finally to nut time, evening, when we rest so that we may knit and heal to awaken again at 4 in Neteru's hour and go higher and higher with each day. This is going to be interesting. I look forward to that one. All right. You're going to have to give me with this because I got it. So, Meshiknet, Sacred Work as Medicine, Gateway 11, ruled by the birthing womb. Hey, to all my doulas, we out here. Okay. So, professionally, women discovers her purpose, her life's mission, her life's work, her healing balm, her joy, peace, and prosperity. Her work may come in the form of service or of a product of work as a writer, a motivational speaker, a worker as a CEO, a partner in a joint vision supported by the worldwide web of sacred women and loved by her family and her community. Sacred Woman has seasoned me for over 3 decades from day to day and moment to moment. With each breath, Sacred Woman continues to propel me, nurture me, cleanse me, hold me, comfort me, direct me, love me. Sacred Woman has the healing balm from the beginning of time, Neter Hemet, and will always be a healing tool in these days to help us attain our wholeness. From gateway to gateway, we rise. All power to the people. All hail Mayat, the indwelling guardian of heart harmony. So that it includes the gateways and going over that. So we have one more page, and then there's the preface, which I'll do tomorrow because it is the hour of the day, and I need to get going with some other things. And I need to wish my dad happy birthday as well, because it's May 18th. Never be the same. Sacred women make lemons into lemonade. Throughout the global pandemic, We, sacred women, did not just accept the fear from the death toll due to the virus, we rose up and bonded with nature's healing balm. We energetically transformed the lockdown and isolation of quarantine into the spirit of a healing home retreat. Our homes became wellness spaces. Our families throughout the land became holistically renewed from the teachings offering throughout the sacred woman text. Sacred women and their families left behind dietary toxicities that created inner environment contributing to the breakdown of the immune and respiratory systems. Sacred women fully embrace a vegetarian and vegan, mindful, natural living, plant-based way of life to strengthen our bodies against the virus. We, sacred women, live a lifestyle that allows us and our families to be bold in our midst of the global pandemic. Sacred women in wellness leadership have become shapeshifters, game changers, and holistic liberators, protecting ourselves, our families, and our communities. Sacred Women is a fierce movement, a force of nature for social justice. We have reached over 100,000 families through social media. We did not lay down our lives due to the virus. We fought back and stood up with food as medicine, our as our motto. We are becoming more and more empowered in our holistic wellness lifestyle. Due to the inner times we find ourselves in, I was further compelled to train sacred women to become certified Emerald Green holistic practitioners to aid the masses to holistic recovery. During this time, we had home births, homeschooled our children, and detoxified our families. We became entrepreneurs and used social media to expand our sacred work. Our mescadnit. I do not know that word. To further empower the people holistically, Queen Esther Hunter Sarr, and I hosted our first Heal Thyself rally in July 2020 at the Legacy Center in Atlanta, Georgia. We partnered with the CEOs of the Legacy Center in the plight to make Atlanta the Mecca of wellness. Atlanta, Georgia. We partnered with the CEOs of the Legacy Center in the plight to make Atlanta the Mecca of wellness. Little did we know while planning for the Heal Thyself rally that family man George Floyd of Minneapolis would be murdered at the hands of a group of racist police officers, his lynching lasting a long 8 minutes and 46 seconds from the knee on his neck, will become an outcry and a catalyst for numerous freedom rallies that rose up throughout the world. Like a great awakening, people from all ages and all races banded and bonded together in unity throughout America, Europe, and Africa against violence towards brown and black people. We, the people, as one mighty force, marched the streets shouting, "No justice, no peace." The people rose up freedom for justice and now for our healing. We, the people, are shouting no more Jim Crow, no more free labor. The prison system has filled its cells with millions of brown and black people enslaved in modern day plantation. We know that our voices as women, mothers, daughters, and wives globally will be respected, heard, honored, and if we unify, we sacred women follow in redeeming footsteps of our African ancestors as we shout, "We are the women who lighten the darkness. We have come to lighten the darkness. It is lightened. We have overcome the destroyers. We are there for those who weep. We hide our faces. No, oh, excuse me. Who hide their faces, who sink down. They looked upon us. Then we are the women. We are the healers." That is the closing of that. I had to make phone calls. I missed the call. So So I will be putting this here to pick up. Hopefully you can do it in the morning again. To come back to it. What y'all think? What should I think about this? Doing this book club. Y'all down with it or what? I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to upload this video onto Patreon, and I'm going to upload the video to YouTube. You know, if you're interested in joining, if you have the book, please join along. And if you don't have the book, I encourage you to get the book, even if you want to get it for your own personal shelf. I have to upload this video, and I got another video for the Tantra event that I'm hosting September 10th over on Madam Umi. Go over there